Three Kings side story. This is specifically for my patrons only, and the four who have nominated to play are taking up the mantles of the champions of Mutus. If you've been watching the series, you will know that Gondar the Lion, leader of the Honor Bound, was a member of a small group of heroes who have worked to defend Mutus on a number of occasions, and it's, again, they have risen to the circumstance once again. An attack has engaged on Mutus from the northwestern side, crossing over the Oceanos River and assaulting the outlying towns and farms therein. But the militia, which has been bolstered since the last time we've seen Mutus, because it seems that the proprietors of the Iron Road have moved out more soldiery to defend their interests up along the path that they're cutting out for the Iron Road. Um, these soldiers were able to push back the forces that came across the river. The people that were comprising this force appear to be bandits, crimson scarf wearing bandits. Also, some strange dishonored knights who Gondar specifically, and also Melissa Violetcloak, or Slasher and Stabber for the duration, would know that these knights appear to be members of the Osmoten, which is a group of knights who, during the Civil War, were a bit more honorable and were basically focused on defending the King's Road through the mountain pass. That said, those knights, Crimson Scarves, cultists, members of the Dragon Cult, and also former conglomerate mages. The forces fell pretty quickly in their front wave, and the rest of them retreated back towards the Cianos. They were cut off by the Honor Bound on both shores, but the command squad of the enemy force was able to break away. It seems that a number of cultists comprise this command squad. Um, it looks like it's being led by a Crimson Scarves bandit who has light purple hair, kind of cut into kind of a chin length, kind of strangely straight haircut, who carries an odd staff as well. But he does appear to be a leader of the Crimson Scarves based on the red mantle he wears around his neck. That said, the group, the champions, being on the northern shore and hoping to cut off and then press the individuals back into the river, forcing them to kind of stand down and surrender, were unable to secure the command squad before they escaped, and they individually have moved after the group much faster than an entire force would have been able to keep up. They have made it to a hill just northwest of the town of Mutus. And I'll go ahead and move us to the Mutus region map for just a moment so we can see what that looks like. And I will shift ping you to where we're at. A hill called Bellator Hill, which in Old Osirian means Soldier Hill. Just down the hill on the opposite side of it, there appears to be an old graveyard, and it looks like that is where the command squad appears to be running. And at this point, it does appear that they are running. You would see that it does look like they're decent ways ahead of you. It looks like they will gain the graveyard before you'll be able to catch them, and they might be able to set up some defenses at that point. But there you stand in the bright summer day or spring day. It's kind of on the cusp of the two seasons, but you can see down the hill, the sky is blue, the leaves are still green, your heart is warm as a baked potato. I think you know exactly what I mean when I say it's a spadoinkle day. So the graveyard at the base of the hill looks like is where they have maneuvered to. That said, looks like you can come at it at any direction that you so please. It looks like they have entered into the graveyard from the southwesterly entrance. Looks like there's a doorway or entryway in the crypt gate, or in the lich gate, that allows access.
It's just like an open plains, right? No tall grass or anything.
There are a number of trees, but these are not very massive trees. They're kind of low to the ground. Um, More bushes than anything else. But they're sparse. There are a couple of them out and around the graveyard. Um, if you approach the graveyard from any direction besides the southern direction, you should be able to find cover in those bushes. But you're pretty sure that they're aware that you're coming after them. It's not like they didn't see you kind of rushing after them on the field.
So it might be hard to sneak up then.
Yeah, and they don't have much time to set up any battlements or anything, so they are just going to be defending the graveyard, probably with what they have at hand.
I mean, I can definitely probably clear the fence if we want to not go through the, like, essentially go head in the same way they did, which is probably what they're going to expect. Are you guys pretty confident that you could, like, clear a fence?
Well,
how sturdy is the fence?
It's a lich wall, which is actually kind of like a stone structure. It's probably about a foot thick, and it's only about 8 feet high, tall enough to keep a person in or out.
Yeah, so like I can climb up and over, no problem.
Easy.
If like the rest of you guys are confident, we could definitely we could flank or just come in from behind them.
Well, we could always take some of those bushes, weave them together a little bit, make a ladder, throw that over. Just saying. It says that I go for overcomplicated solutions, so.
Just tell me where to go and who to kill. Well, I know who to kill, but tell me the plan and I'll do it.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, you could just throw me right over the wall.
Gain inspiration. Great way to start. It's a great way to start.
Maybe we could figure out some way to dig underneath the wall.
I didn't bring a shovel.
Overlooks easier.
Well, yes, but who expects an attack from underneath their feet?
Who's got a shovel?
Gain inspiration on that.
I do. I guess I'm digging a ditch now. I pull out my shovel as if like...
God, the plan is obviously not a good one.
All right, here. So how about you guys will go under, and Red Ball and I will go over. You know, it's a two-pronged attack.
That sounds really good. But, also, are they gonna get there at the same time as us?
That would be a problem. Maybe we could come up with some sort of elaborate, like, signal. Maybe when we're about to break underneath, we do, like, several owl hoots, which you will hopefully be able to hear.
What if we try to bring them out?
That's a good idea, too.
By this point, as you're standing on the hill and kind of looking down, you can see into the graveyard. You can actually see from above. And I'm going to go ahead and do something real quick. Ignore the... Oh, ooh. Forgot about that. Okay, but yeah, that stays. Just the one. Hold on. Okay, perfect. So, oh my god, why? I'm gonna fight my system. Unmute. But why though? Oh man, that was supposed to be perfect, and I ruined it. Okay, now it's perfect. Okay, so you can see the map, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You can see that a number of the Crimson Scarves that may or may not have been with the original accompaniment have moved to positions of defense behind large gravestones and the like. It does look like the large mass that you were mainly following have entered into the mausoleum on the northeastern side of this small graveyard. And again, like I said, any side you can enter in through. You can come at it from any trajectory you so please. But to Gondar, these genuinely look like just standard bandits, except for the dude in the middle, who you guess is a captain.
Alright, so you guys want to go into 2 groups of 2 and just kind of take these cultists out and then meet at the mausoleum, essentially? You don't get swarmed.
I can give them the red ball special.
I was kind of thinking that, because, like, I think, why don't we just bring them all together, and then we'll take them out from the inside.
Stabber, your overcomplication, as you're kind of staring at it, you're kind of thinking, why would they go into such a small, like, demesne? And you start to look at the ground around, and we're considering your digging plan, which you had mentioned before this moment, and you realize that, oh, there must be some sort of subterranean cavity underneath the small, like, patch of land that they're on top of.
Okay, now I'm back to digging.
Okay, so how do you want to proceed?
So are you doing the red ball special? Are you gonna throw him into the fray, and then we come in from behind, charging in from behind? Behind, I'm probably gonna come in from a flanking position.
Okay.
Sure.
So, Gondar, go ahead and set yourself up on the northern side. You can be 10 to 15 feet in from the board edge, from the map edge, that's fine. And then, same is true for Bagger and Zapper. Go ahead and move yourself in. Stabber, which vantage point do you want to come in on the crypt here?
I don't know. If they suddenly get distracted from the north, if I come in and flank this way. Hey, knock that off.
I have to stay next to the person who's going to throw me.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Wait.
Yeah, 10 to 15 off the board, so you should only be 3 squares away from, like, the...
Okay, if you're going to go straight in that way, then I'd be probably up top. So, again, like, splitting to...
2 and 2. So,
Yeah.
just back off Tim and Smokey. You guys should be back a little bit. Again, just 3 squares off of
Okay.
there. Okay, perfect. As you approach, I would like everyone, each of your groups, to make stealth checks. You can do the following. You can choose the leader of your 2-man group to roll with advantage, or you can have both of you roll, and basically we will determine their success based on your results.
For flavor, can is it Zapper? Be on top of my head.
Yes.
So, and you said perception roll?
No, that's perception stuff.
Stealth roll.
How's your stealth on a scale of 1 to 10?
It's a 4.
All right, mine's an 8. Do you want to give me advantage?
Yeah, let's do that.
So Gondar, Slasher, go ahead and roll that. And then for the Bagger Zapper side, whichever, it doesn't look like either of you.
I'm on Bagger's head. Bagger's rolling.
All right.
Okay.
With quote-unquote advantage. All right.
Crit. 22.
The 2 groups move up to those specific points. You can see that the bandits are kind of looking in the direction that they are assuming an attack is going to come from. The same direction that the party had moved through. This guy's barking out orders as you approach. He says, "Eyes out. Keep the crossbows ready. We didn't steal them for no reason." And he's kind of walking around, looking around. You manage to get to that point without incurring any observation. You have effectively, we're going to roll initiative, and they will be surprised during the first round of initiative. I'm going to move the map over a little bit so we can see both parties, and then I'm going to move this over here into the corner, and hopefully that looks good on the stream. Nope, a little bit higher. All right, go. Yeah, go ahead and roll initiative, and we'll get that sorted. Everybody roll.
Yes.
Looks like it.
Aye.
All right, Bagger, you are first on the docket. Again, it looks like the captain is the one who is in blue in the middle there, pointing and directionally, kind of making sure everyone's aware of what we're supposed to be doing. He has a dagger in one hand, in his right hand, which you assume is dominant, and then in his left hand he has a rapier. The others appear to have crossbows and daggers and short swords, as you expect from Crimson Scars. Your turn. Take your full turn.
All right. So what was I given specific direction on who to aim at?
The plan as it stands is kill bandits, make your way to the mausoleum, and we'll meet
All
there.
right. Cool. So I'll start with taking the attack action and using one of my attacks to shove Zapper, using the red ball special to...
So for those watching at home, oh, is my audio quiet? Okay, hold on, let me see if I can't fix it. I just realized we have a person watching. It is Zach.
Hi, Zach.
Here is back. This area. Here is bad.
How's my audio now, Zach? Just type it in there and let me know. But we'll move on. I think it should be fine now. But yeah, go ahead, Tim.
If Zapper, now when he's resting on my head, can he kind of like move with me, or if I move out from underneath him, he just links out?
He falls. He actually falls.
Okay.
Prone. Yeah, but he can end his turn atop you.
All right. So then with him on top, if he tells me to aim towards the group of the triangulation between Head Bandit and the two others, like around in that direction, then we will aim that way, and I think I can get him as far as there.
Perfect. So for those watching at home, the champions are a team that work very well together and have done so in the past. They have special champions techniques, which allow them to basically utilize strategies that are a bit unorthodox, but work well between the lot. Zapper, who is about to be tossed, is a member of the Beholderkin race, specifically an Orbis. So he's about 2 feet wide, or 3 feet wide, and he's just a ball of red armory bits, eyes, and tongue. He is, and teeth. He's a cool...
So beautiful.
He's so handsome. And Bagger, who is about to toss him, is a half-orc who, pretty standard half-orc fighter, but pretty good backstory. Don't think it involves dead parents, but we'll look into it later. That said, you can go ahead and move Zapper 30 feet. Now keep in mind, with Red Ball Special, it's direct, so you can't throw him over a wall. You'll need to toss him, straight on forward.
So I can't move him.
You can't throw him over the wall.
Smoky. So if you want to move him to where I'm pinging.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's one of your 2 attacks. So Red Ball kind of flies through. You still have movement and second attack.
All right, here, and then as I'm running up, I will draw my hand axe and fling it in the direction of Bandit in front of me.
Okay. The hand axe you draw out is kind of a green stone weapon with red teeth set inside of the where a blade would be. You hurl that straight at it. Go ahead and make your attack with advantage.
Alright, hand axe. 27 to hit.
Hits. And 11 damage?
Nice. 11 damage.
You two kind of moving in on the northern wall, kind of creeping there. You watch as Bagger rushes in, throws it, the teeth slam into the guy's face, as does a bit of the stone, and you hear a kind of sickening as he falls to the ground, dead. Alright, Zapper kind of recalculating your floating status after being chucked. Situation is yours.
Okay, so what I would like to do, just thinking really fast, I would like to, I'm gonna move. What's my movement? Sorry, he's still getting used to the character.
No worries. If you're crawling or moving with normal speed, it's 5, but you are floating, so 30 feet.
Right. 30 feet with flying. Okay. So I'm going to go over to right here.
Okay.
And I am going to. Actually, I want to go. Yeah, no, I'm going to go here, and I want to use lightning lure.
Okay.
On
Go ahead.
the captain dude.
Cast it.
Yeah. Tantas! Lightning lure right here.
I believe it's a strength saving throw from the captain.
Yes, so 15.
Yep. And he is a failure. All right.
So that means I can also make a weapon attack as a bonus action, correct?
Yes, you do have a bonus action to correct.
So I'm going to attack him with a short sword.
Correct. So he is an Eldritch Knight. So if he casts a cantrip, he can use an attack in the same turn. He also is an Orbis Beholderkin. So if he wanted to, he could also stab it with a dagger that he can put in his tongue. But a 13 is a miss. He is definitely caught off guard by the lure, kind of dragged in, and as you kind of swing in towards his back, he kind of recoils from the lightning as it snaps away from him and kind of spins away from the blade, just barely missing. As he kind of turns about to face you, you can see a look of surprise in his face, and it turns over. Gondar, you are up.
All right. It's sashimi. So hop over the wall. Come with this guy. First attack.
Spinning the karambit on his finger, slamming it into hand, dropping it down. Go ahead and ooh, yeah, that's done. He's done. Just double checking your math here real quick.
I think
your green flame, your green flame damage is being added in there. So
yeah, I don't know why.
Make sure, like, if it's a check that you've made, fix that. But it should only be.
Yeah, let me take those.
So 9 extra damage from sneak attack, and then 9, so 18. But that's more than enough. So you kind of hop over onto these crypts, these kind of sarcophagi, stone sarcophagi, and landing on one, kind of bring the karambit in, catching him inside of the neck, draw and drop. You still have movement and another valid target.
Yep. Next.
Soldier rolling off of the crypt, inwards, coming in with the second attack. Sweeping out his stomach. You watch as he kind of reaches down as his entrails start to spill out of him. A sickening cut from the karambit. Still,
I think I have 10 feet left.
Correct.
Quite enough to help out Red Ball. But
okay.
Yeah. All right, I'm good.
Stabber.
So quick question, John, because I was double checking some stuff on my Oh, dang. Oh, that's right. I moved over here. In terms of the know your enemy, is that an action to?
It takes a minute long. Actually, and that is something I do apologize. You were studying these individuals for some time. Did you want to do that to the captain? And if so, I would say you could get 2 tricks off of know your enemy if you wanted to. So if you wanted to know 2 facts about the captain, you could.
I probably want to know armor class.
Is that one of the options on there?
It is,
Yes, okay.
and you basically it's either higher or lower than mine.
It
and
is
mine's 18.
lower than yours.
Okay. And then, you know what, let's go with dexterity score.
Your dex is 18?
Yes.
Lower than yours.
Okay, cool. And then for my turn, I'm just going to move in here and take some swings at him.
Okay. Hit.
And then
You have advantage, so hit. All right. You kind of rush in, kind of duck underneath Red Bull, kind of taking your position, bringing your rapier in once and twice, kind of biting into his knees. He kind of, holding his weapons, is just absolutely stunned by all of this that has happened. And after a second kind of flashes and he kind of realizes what's happening, he yells, "Defend the mausoleum!" First real initiative round. Bagger, you're up.
Alright. I run up to grab my hand axe, and as I pull it out of his chest, "Sorry, son, but your days are done."
It's kind of in his face, so you're kind of speaking to kind of this muddled mush that's like one half of it, and the other half is normal looking, but kind of like.
Alright.
You just pop that sickeningly out of his face, and that's an item interaction, so no necessity there.
Oh, shoot, this guy's, nice! He's at 20 feet. He's in standard range. And then I will make another hand axe attack against this guy.
Okay. What?
Alright, let's see. Throw that bad boy.
Hits.
15 to hit. 7 damage.
It kind of catches him, kind of in the same spot, but you could feel the throw kind of off. It's not as tight a throw as the first one was, which was just on point. It hits him in the face, but kind of bounces off, and you watch as his mask kind of breaks a bit underneath the weight of the blow, and he kind of raises his face, kind of bleeding, but he's still standing.
Alright, and I don't have any more movement, so
You have another hand axe.
Oh, I do? Oh,
Yeah,
I
should
didn't say I
have
had two.
should have two. Sorry.
Alright, cool. Then I shall throw the second hand axe in that guy's general direction.
This one is more of a traditional survivalist hatchet. Chucking it, it slams into the loose part of the mask and enters biting flesh. It doesn't stick in him, kind of hits him and bounces, but it's enough to cause him to kind of careen and buckle underneath his own weight. He's down, and two hand axes are kind of in or around his face. All right.
That's good.
Zapper.
Okie dokie. Well then, I guess what I would like to do. How's this guy looking in front of me? Besides dazed, he's still doing all right, right?
Not even
He
blood.
did just take some. Not even blood. Good. That's what I figured. He's still standing. All right. I would like to. It's a little early to pull that out. I'm gonna cast a Rift Bolt.
Okay. If it's a range attack, you probably want to do it not while adjacent to
Right.
your target.
That's true. I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no. Instead, better idea. Static Shock. That's a cantrip. That's what I'd rather do.
Do you want to wait until Gondar gets in close, so it's a little bit stronger, or do you want to just do it now?
I have an ally right next to me. It has to be Gondar specifically.
No. Gondar's just plus one more ally, so if you use Static Shock against him with 3 guys adjacent to him, it'd be plus 3 damage instead of plus 2.
But then won't I lose my other attack if I hold that?
You're right. So yeah, we'll go with that. So 18 will hit him, and he will take a D8 plus, or sorry, he'll take 2D8 plus 2. Click on Static Shock. It should roll the damage. The word
Okay.
Static Shock in the
Right,
chat.
I
yeah.
see that.
Oh,
I
no.
see that. Oh, my bad.
So yeah, inside of the
I
chat.
got you.
Okay.
I see it.
So it'll
I
be
understand.
8 plus 2.
Right. And then I can also make another short sword or dagger attack.
Yeah, short sword probably is best, but yep.
Okay.
Hit. As you kind of reach out with your tongue and kind of catch him, kind of cause the lightning to shock from your mouth, you kind of then stab in at him, and he kind of drops down to one knee with the blade, blood kind of dripping down from his shoulder now, kind of causing the blue to become darker on his attire. And then he kind of pushes up, if you're done with your turn, right?
That would be yeah.
Kind of pushes up and stands and yells with like a passionate warrior shout. He's going to go ahead and make 2 attacks with his rapier.
On me.
Hold on. I haven't designated yet.
Gotcha.
I'm not trying to cheat. I'm just trying to make sure I know the attack itinerary. Okay, so it's going to He's going to shift up into a space adjacent to all of you. He's going to stab once into Gondar, once into Melissa, and then he's going to spin around and stab twice with his dagger into Red Ball. Attack, 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 attack. All right. 11 misses Gondar, I think. 17 misses Melissa, and then 12 and 22 is the last attack. So I think I got 1 out of my 4 attacks. Take 6 points of piercing damage. Zapper.
Ah, that almost hurt.
All right, rushing to cover behind this pretty massive kind of structure. As he's doing so, he is squeezing off a shot with his crossbow, which, as you're looking at it now for the first time pretty up close, you can see that it is a light crossbow, but it appears to be of Atavian make. What that means is instead of having a cord that pulls it back and locking in the bolt and then springing to fire it, there are 2 pneumatic kind of pistons that work instead, and it does kind of have a sound instead of a sound from a crossbow. It's a bit more high powered than your standard.
Do they all have it, or just that one guy?
Every single one of them has an Atavian crossbow, correct. This appears to be the cool kids that we're defending. All right. He takes a shot. This guy moves over here and hides behind this one and takes a shot. This is at Bagger. 16 hits.
Yeah.
12 points of piercing damage from that one. This one kind of moves behind this kind of structure and fires a shot in behind Stabber. 17 misses. Wow, that's the second one for that. I'm going to go ahead and try and get a shot in to hit on her, though. So I'm going to go ahead and shoot with that one as well. Is this still a miss? 8. And then attack against Gondar. 22 will hit. That is going to be for 17 points of piercing.
I'll use my Ivory action.
Uncanny dodge?
Gloves of Missile Snaring.
Okay. Which says you roll... Are you reading it for the first time too?
A D10 plus Dex.
Okay. So roll a D10 and add your 4.
Reduced by 14.
Well rolled, sir. Yeah, so then 3 points of damage.
As I kind of like dodge and just kind of like cuts me, I'm just like, a scarecrow taught me that.
Yeah, he catches it with his gloved hand and tosses it aside. All right, that's it for the bandits. Gondar, you're up. It looks like this leader guy is pretty well held by the other 2. But if you want to continue finishing him off, that's cool too.
If I move away from him, he's gonna attack me, so
He would spend his reaction.
might as well kill him.
Go with it.
First attack for 10 or 17.
Mm-hmm. Still standing.
Still standing?
Only just.
Alright, second attack. 17.
All right, he'll use his
For
reaction
another-
to parry your attack.
Does that increase his AC just for that one attack or till the end of the round?
For the one attack.
Okay, bonus action, come in with the Misty Dagger.
Okay.
6 more piercing.
That'll kill him. So yeah, you kind of come in with the Karambit, and he catches it and kind of locks it and grins, and then you kind of reach down, pull out this dagger with a hole in the center of its guard, and kind of lance it into its chest, and he kind of looks at you like, ah! As you're kind of pushing him back off of both your weapons. He falls onto the grave, kind of laying like back over it. Movement?
I got some movement. I'm gonna try to get into melee range with this guy. Just
kind of jumping onto the first gravestone, hopping over the next one, and landing next to him. Alright, Stabber.
Right, so I'm going to just look at Zapper and tell him to help Slash out as I run this direction.
Okay. Also
Going to
hopping
take a-
onto a gravestone, hopping over. Cool.
Yep. Going to take a slash at this guy.
Probably landing on the gravestone, kind of stabbing down from it, all fencery like. Go with it. Yeah, that hits, and just enough to kill. You kind of step onto the gravestone, catching your balance, draw the rapier down into his face, the blade kind of exiting out the back of his neck, and just kind of slipping it away from him as he falls.
Okay.
Still have movement.
Yeah, no, I was going to run across the gravestones and take a
yes.
swipe at this guy because you gotta have the style point.
Flapping the blade as it kind of like shows the brain and blood off of it, and then coming in with the next attack. You have inspiration.
I'm going to use my inspiration for that one.
As you kind of run across, you kind of flip the blade, feeling inspired because you look awesome, and then you kind of drop the rapier down. He kind of reaches up to try and catch it with his crossbow. It looks like he would have in a different reality, but you kind of drop it low and then push it up underneath his mask. As it kind of enters into his head, it causes his head to kind of jerk back, and then you kind of snap him down as he hits the ground. And then hop down off the gravestones, I'm assuming.
Oh no, I'm saying on the grave.
Fair enough. I
Cooler.
dig it. All right, that's it for Stabber. Bagger, you're up.
All right. In the direction I threw my axes, I run up to this guy over here, unsheathing my great sword as I'm coming up,
Great axe.
raise overhead and great axe. Oh, interesting. And seek to bring down on top of his head.
Did I give him a great sword in his character sheet?
Yeah.
Ha ha ha. Just go with what I put on there. It's a great axe, but it's gonna stat like a great sword for today.
All right. And 20 to hit.
Yeah, definitely. So there's a loud kind of like click as the axe comes free, and then a smashing sound as you basically just pile drive the blade of this axe sword into his chest, splitting him in half. All right. You could have picked up one of your hand axes, or you can still pick up one of your hand axes if you have any other movement, but I'm assuming not.
No, yeah, I have no more movement.
Okay. Zapper.
Making mincemeat of these guys. And I'm gonna go right over here. I'm floating atop these gravestones.
Not as graceful, but definitely cool.
Yeah, just a slow, not slow, I guess, but just a floating ball of
Kind of a
red
woo.
eyeballs.
Yes.
Okay, and now I'm just gonna. This guy's within 5 feet of me. I'm gonna attack him with a shock and a touch and a slash as well.
Okay.
So static shock.
Okay. Hold on. Let me. Do you want me to give a tip?
Yeah, go for it, please.
You could. No, damage-wise, it's the same. Yeah, go ahead. It's fine.
Okay.
I was gonna say you could move adjacent to Gondar here, lightning lure him to you, and then if you don't kill him with just the damage from lure, you could attack, or if you could attack him again. But if you did kill him, you could attack this one. But
I like that one better. I didn't think about it, but I also am still getting used to this. I'm with that.
okay, so then you'd be in this space, and then you'd lure here. Did you already cast Static Shock? Yeah, you did. Okay.
I did.
So we'll the attack roll is not necessary. I need to roll strength saving throw, and then click on Static Shock's damage because it's the same for lightning lure.
Yes.
Yeah, again, clicking the word Static Shock in the chat. All right, and strength saving throw. That is a success. So you throw the lure out, and he kind of gets caught for a second, but he kind of braces himself with the crossbow and kind of pulls down. You watch as the lightning kind of snaps in the middle and dissipates on his side and snaps back into your hand as it dissipates.
Okay.
Bonus action, attack the one adjacent to you.
That's the best thing I could do.
Mhm.
So short sword.
Again,
It's like this.
Gondar is a Cuisinart, so he is going to destroy whatever's left. That's just pretty good. That's pretty much the case. But yeah, 17 hits. Go ahead and give the short sword damage. All right, he's still standing, but only chatted. Has to be a chatted session. Bandits are up. The one with the crossbow in front of you kind of throws the crossbow down, and as he does so, you watch as like the understock or the under barrel snaps out a blade, and then he kind of rushes in with it as a bayonet. He is attacking the ball. He is missing. He is missing. The other one is pulling the trigger on Gondar in the back. He is hitting. That's going to do...
Can I impose disadvantage on that if it's a ranged attack or no?
Can you click on the speech bubble next to protection fighting style for me? Attacks. It's not... yeah, so yes, you can.
So I'm imposing disadvantage.
17 misses Gondar. So what happens instead is he pulls out the crossbow, fires it, and you kind of were watching him with a lightning lure. You just kind of reach out with your little hand, and the shield blocks the bolt. Ching!
Boom.
All right. Teamwork makes the dream work. I'm fucking loving this. Gondar, you are up.
Oh, these guys are still alive. I'll
Only,
put it on.
only just.
All right, first guy. Yeah, 13. That's not that good. Does it still hit him?
It still hits, yeah. Don't worry about damage. I don't need the map. He's dead. He had 1 hit point left. Then pop down and spinning around with the karambit. And yeah, you kind of are only doing 9 here, so he's still standing. And then the Misty Dagger. Finisher. So yeah, I'm presuming kind of karambit in, kind of catching him in the back of the head and pulling him down onto the Misty Dagger. And then just dropping him.
Oh yeah, fancy sashimi.
All right. The two of you over by the big crypt, and those of you over by the mausoleum kind of clearly see each other. You're kind of flicking the blood off of your blades as the combat's concluded, and the objective there lies before you. I'm assuming you're moving in. Is that right?
I first stopped by to get my hand axe.
Of course. Any other grabbing searches?
Not a
I'm
grab.
gonna grab a piece of face to eat.
Fair enough.
These avian crossbows, they use strength because they're so heavy, or dex?
They use dex, but they have a strength requirement of 13.
Oh, I have noodle arms. But
Oh,
Bagger,
I'll grab one.
yeah.
I'll grab one of the Assyrian crossbows.
They do 2d8 damage on a hit.
Yeah, I'm grabbing one of those.
Yep, they have the same
Yeah,
attack characteristics as a light crossbow.
More out of character than anything, I just come over and I take a look at the like any symbols that are on the.
Sure. So you would actually recognize this as a symbol of the Dragon Knights of old. So in Mutus, there were knights that defended the land well before the Civil War, well before the Grey War, basically in Osiria's inception, in Munio's inception, and the dragons that defended Mutus, the Dragon Knights that defended Mutus, were former servants of the dragon known as Ashmedea, who, after seeing Ryomand in his capabilities in the north, the first king of the Ruby Throne in Osiria, the one who really drew the Osirian triumvirate together, you would know that these knights basically turned sides to join Ryomand because of his capabilities, because of his prowess. They formerly served with the Spurkic people, who were the native kind of populace who had basically turned everyone who lived in the lands that weren't them into slaves, and Ryomand freed all of those people from that servitude. But yeah, this appears to be the crypt of the captain that you're looking at there.
Seems such a shame that this place would be infested this way.
It's a very old location, to be sure. But yeah, that's one Atavian crossbow for Bagger, and everyone else. No one else is searching any bodies or anything.
I can search the captain for sure.
The captain has the only thing of note he has is a single potion on his belt. It is a potion of greater healing, and as we discussed, for the duration of this combat, potions of healing heal their max, whatever they are. They do not roll. All right. Any other questions, or are you moving into the tomb?
Yeah, I'll hand Bagger the potion. He seems to probably be the one who's going to take the hurtings.
The tomb's entrance is 10 foot wide, so I'm assuming it'll be 2 by 2. Who are the front facing to?
I'll be in the front.
And
I
Gondar?
can also be in the front.
Or Stabber? Gondar, you're in back with Stabber?
Sure.
Okay. All right, you move in. Inside, it is a very small chamber, and the only thing that you see is a kind of ramped step that descends down into the earth. You presumably move down into it. You can see at the very base of it, the light's still shining in a little bit, but not much from behind you. And directly ahead, there are more steps that kind of lead in. 1 second. Perfect. And all right. So the steps lead in. It looks like there is kind of a crypt up ahead, and it looks like a number of the cultists who had entered in have taken up defensible positions. Each one of them is holding a dagger in hand, and there appears to be a leader, which you would know is a fanatic. Behind them, normal cultists aren't spellcasters. The fanatic is. But yeah, that said,
Is it completely dark down here?
it is pitch black.
Okay. I'll whisper an enchantment onto my blade and cast light. Give myself some light.
Would I be able to chug a healing potion as we're making our way down?
Perfectly fine. All right. So they are not caught off guard. It does look like they are prepared. You are not caught off guard, presumably. You're not dumb. So yeah, straight into an initiative order and fighting, unless you want to try and communicate with them.
I look back at Slasher.
These guys all have crimson scarves on,
Not a single
or they're
one.
in like, not a single one, but they're in like the cultist raiment.
Correct.
Yeah, there's no convincing these guys.
And they all have the brand of Ashmedea on their arm, which is a draconic rune, the letter A in draconic, which is basically kind of like a T shape with hooks and a little squiggly mark off to the side.
And they know that we're here, right?
They are well aware of you, and you are well aware of them. Correct.
Okay. In that case, the only negotiating that I'm going to do is just to say to them, "You should just give up now."
Ashmedea will rise. You will not stop the ritual.
Haven't heard that before.
All right. They appear to be prepared to die, defending whatever they're defending. All right.
Wow, 15.
I didn't
15.
I didn't click my my token to begin with, so if you want to fix my initiative, go ahead.
I'm gonna try. What'd you get?
I got a 9 and then a 15. Yeah, so.
All right. Stabber, you are on deck. And yeah, as I stated, they look like they are prepared to basically die here to hold you up.
I mean, I can't really see far beyond like here, so.
Okay.
And I'm trying to think. If I don't think I said that I turned a light source on, did I?
Yeah, you don't really have a light source that I'm aware of.
I have a torch.
Okay, it would be an action to brandish one, but if you want to, you didn't drink a potion or anything on the way down, right?
No, I didn't.
I'll say you pulled one. So in one hand you have a torch, and in the other hand you have a sword.
In that case,
Do you have a shield as well?
I do not.
Okay, then you should be good. All right.
Hold on a second. Sorry, that wasn't my full movement. I let go of the thing for me.
Sure.
Want to go up to there, and let's just start slashing and hacking.
Stabbing, you mean?
Stabbing and hacking.
It's in the name, stabbing. All right, you step forward at the cultist, and they kind of give you like stern, hateful looks, raising up the daggers as you approach. You very nimbly move in on the first one, impaling him in the chest, pulling and dropping away from him as his body slumps to the ground. You spin around on the other one and try and catch him in the same way, but he is kind of, having raised his dagger up like this, dropped his dagger in defense, and has managed to just luckily catch your blade and block you, which is annoying. But
So annoying. Alright.
it seems he gets to live for a few more seconds. Gondar.
I can't get. I don't have enough speed to get all the way there. So what I'm gonna do
She is much faster than you. That's right.
up here, I'm gonna hurl my chakram off my back at this guy.
Okay.
12 to hit.
Hits on the nose. He is adjacent
All right,
to
so
an
5
ally.
and 8.
Yeah. So the chakram kind
That's
of
like
hits him in the neck with kind of a loud kind of pop. You can see a red line appear on his neck as the chakram bounces off of him, and he drops to the ground.
I'll catch the chakram and then
Chakram catches at the end of your turn.
Okay, so I can't.
You can't
Okay,
move
yeah,
from
then
that
I have to
space.
stand still. I'm gonna duck into the corner, but I'll just stand here.
Yep. You catch the chakram. All right, Bagger, you're up.
All right. Great axe in hand. I take a step back, swing around, and baseball bat the back of
Red ball.
Red Ball, 30 feet straight ahead.
Bing! So yeah, go ahead and move 30 feet up, Smokey, and then you bolt forward.
Yeah. So that was 5.
25 out. I'll give you the 5 for free. That's fine. That was
All right.
Yeah, that's more than cool enough.
And then as I'm running, I start dropping the axe with one hand and pull out my special hand axe and chuck it at the guy on the left.
Okay.
Hand axe attack. 17 to hit.
Yep. You the same
Damage.
sharp-toothed one kind of fluts through the air, slams into the guy's neck, and kind of stays there. Blood shooting out the sides of the stone head of it as he drops to the ground. All right. The fanatic, seeing the situation turning very quickly, figures he's got one chance and might as well cast the biggest spell he has available to him. He's going to step inwards. Let's not lose him underneath. To the front there. And he, as he's walking towards you, he takes his dagger and draws it across the flat of his palm, and then reaches forward to grab a hold of you. You would recognize this as him attempting to cast Inflict Wounds.
Oh, hooray!
All right, 18 to hit, and he will deal a total of 20 points of necrotic damage as he kind of grabs a hold of you, the blood turning black in his hand as he grabs a hold of you, and it pulses out of him into you. All right, that's it for him. Zapper.
So what I would like to do is put it's 3 scorching rays, right? Still, it's not just 1 scorching ray. All
Yeah.
right, just making sure.
You can only cast
So I'd
that
like-
once per day, though, so just a heads up.
Right.
Okay,
I kind of want to do it now.
do it.
Roll with it.
For flavor, I'd like to say while flying, Red Ball is just like, "You foolish fools!" And it's just shooting scorching ray at 2 at the main one, and then 1 at the other one.
So the eye stalk in his back line kind of turns charged red and then pops like energy out of the front of it, and 3 rays kind of fly off at those targets. Go ahead and make your... if you click on Scorching Ray in your attack itinerary, it should throw 1. If you click it twice more, it should throw the second and third. Yep. And then just click on the damage for the first one and the last one. The middle one misses. So 8 damage to the leader and 6 damage to the guy in the back. Okay.
And I guess I will move over here.
He kind of sounds like a gruff meat wad. I was trying to place it, and I was like, no, that's what it is.
There you go.
I love it. I love it. Stabber, you are up. It looks like Zapper has snapped the fire down. It does look like this guy is a little bit more sturdier than his associates. The guy in the back line, though, looks like he's pretty fucked up by the blast that hit him.
Right. I'm going to just look at the area where he hit me with a thing, and then look up at him and say, "That was a mistake."
Oh yeah. All right. 10 misses. 25 hits. All right. 11 damage. Okay. He is now bloodied. As you kind of lance into his armor, he kind of and then kind of looks at you. You mustn't stop the ritual. He yells out again. Stabber is done, right?
Yeah, that's it for right now.
Gondar.
All right, go behind. I kind of raise the karambit or get it ready. I whisper another enchantment. I say Ignis, and the karambit lights with green fire.
And bring into the back of the cultist. The leader.
Critical strike.
That does a D8 plus your intelligence modifier to the off party, right?
Yeah, so 8 extra fire damage to the main guy, and then 9 damage to
The side
the
guy.
cultist.
And how much damage was to the main guy?
So it'd be 18 plus 28,
So
30 something.
seeing the fight kind of being kind of at ground level between Melissa and the cultist, they're kind of locking blades, and she stabbed him pretty severely. You kind of rush past and kind of slide past him low, and then kind of roll up on your knees on the ground. You whisper it across the blade, and then spin up with the karambit, catching him in like the back of his spine, and then snapping the flame to the side as well as it smashes into the other cultist. This guy gets hit in the back, and you watch as the fire kind of snaps into the wound and causes him to like fall to the ground, kind of burning in the middle. And the guy on the offside just gets hit by a wave of green flame, which kind of throws him back, and it looks like he's well dead. And you kind of like sure you can uppercut, spinning, kind of there with the fire. They're all dead. In short.
Just licking my lips, loving it.
Yeah, blow this little smoke off the end of my daggers.
So there are.
Does the leader have anything on him?
The leader does. He has a dagger that appears to be slightly different than the others. His dagger appears to be kind of covered with enchantments. If you'd like, you can make an Arcana check to try and determine what that might mean. And then, real quick synopsis of what you're seeing before you. There are 6 total sarcophagi, but they're more like just kind of stone caskets, really. There are 2 piles of grass or mounds of dirt kind of set in front of the double door. The double door appears to be shut. It is made out of wood mainly, but it's reinforced with iron. It does look like it has a keyhole and the like, but it does appear to be pushed down or knocked downable if you're not going to attempt the Thieves' Tools avenue.
So also out of curiosity, I've got I'm imagining we all know each other's strengths and weaknesses.
Yes.
I have like a 5 for Arcana check. Do I know like would someone else in the group be better than me?
Pretty sure you're the best.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure. All right, I'm making this Arcana roll.
I'm looking at Zapper real quick. Yeah, you're the best.
Okay. Yeah, I got an 8.
Zapper.
Okay. Yeah, you're not sure what this enchantment does, but you are aware that it has an enchantment on it.
Yeah, might as well take it for right now.
Okay. The door, as I mentioned, it appears to be locked. Looks like it has a keyhole. Looks like it's made out of wood and iron. How would you like to try and aggress through the door?
Should I get to work, boss?
I can try to pick the lock. It seems like a pretty standard tumbler's lock.
Yeah, pretty old one. So it doesn't look like it's going to be very difficult. But yeah,
Thieves' Tools, dexterity.
go with it.
20.
Very quickly pulling out the tools. Click, click. Remembering tricks Raya taught you while you were inside of the catacombs where the bugs were.
Yeah.
And it's very similar in style to that, actually. But yeah, very short order. So your lessons from the monk and the rogue have come up today. So also the fire spell. The lessons from the Hand of Mutus.
Yeah, you're gonna have to shoot me with like fire or lightning if you want to see the druid stuff.
Well, I'll do my best. Inside the chamber ahead of you.
I was going to say also, while he's doing that, I'm just going to quaff one of my potions.
Perfect. So inside the chamber ahead of you, you can see that there is kind of a different level set. There appears to be a 10-foot wide pathway that kind of goes upwards towards the end. It looks like this is kind of covered with old algae. On the left side and the right side, there appear to be higher kind of set stone, and on those there appear to be in the ground sarcophagi that are kind of set in the ground. On the walls to the left of the sarcophagi, there are headstones, and on the wall or on the western side of the sarcophagi to your right, there are also headstones. Looks like the passage kind of opens off to the right side. It looks like the higher ground is about 5 or 8 feet high. Looks like there's a set of steps on the far end of the chamber that go up to this higher ground.
And these guys kept saying that they were performing a ritual, right?
It sounds like they're performing a ritual here, yeah.
I was gonna say, can we hear like chanting or anything?
No. What you do know, though, is that the cultists specifically are attempting to secure a boy, rip his heart out, and then sacrifice it to the god, or the dragon Ashmedea, the demon prince Ashmedea, while also killing Oru, the dragon in Mutus Wood. You're pretty sure Oru wouldn't fit in here, so you don't know what they're talking about. Like, the ritual's probably not happening. You also are aware, being a defender of Mutus, that the Kyrios has secured Oru and has basically made it possible for the dragon to exit the material world for a time. So it's not the same ritual, but it is something that has to do with raising Ashmedea or something.
So we know they don't have the boy?
You don't know if they have the boy. You know they don't have the dragon. They have to kill Oru to bring back Ashmedea.
Okay, well maybe they have a boy. Yeah. Let's take a look.
I'm sure that if Zach were able to reply, he would say they don't have the boy, but you don't know boy presence or not.
We don't know that fact.
I don't know. Save special boy, maybe he gives us reward. That's
It.
usually the Gondar way.
Yeah, the red ball should be able to pop up onto Bagger and pop off to the side if they so wish it.
Yeah.
Once up there, you'll see kind of a very, very stagnant but still slightly moving bit of water that seems to be kind of flowing in the like a small kind of trench. It looks like there is kind of a damway that if it were opened, it would fill in the basin that you just walked into, and it would seem that that would kind of move on to the larger room where those strange caskets were, the strange looking ones. There's only 2 means of exit out of this chamber. There's a double door on the southern side, and there is a stairwell on the northern side.
Is there any way to tell if this has been dammed up recently?
It looks like it's actually a mechanism. It looks like it was built in with the construction of the place.
Okay, and does it look like the dam's been like raised or lowered recently, or has it just kind of been like stuck in place? There's moss growing on it or something.
Moss is growing on it, algae. It looks like it's been here for a long time. And stuck
Okay.
in place
Oh,
for a long time.
delicious!
I'm gonna grab some of the moss and algae.
Red ball starts grabbing the algae and slurping it down.
I really wish you'd stop doing that.
A good fight brings up a big hunger.
Too true. But yeah, I was mostly just trying to deduce if the cult's been farting around in here, or...
Sure. Someone pinged the strange pedestal off to the side. Going over there, you can see that it appears to be lever and kind of a windlass on the top. The windlass key can be removed, it looks like. If you're not familiar with the term windlass or windlass key, windlass is kind of like a crank mechanism, and a windlass key is the crank being pulled out. Like, you can take the crank portion with you. But it looks like the windlass key is in place, and it looks like it probably connects to the dam portion.
Maybe we should remove this and take it with us, and the off chance that someone tries to flood this place while we're in here.
Well, I'm almost wondering if we can use some flooding of our own.
To what end?
I'm not sure yet.
The water doesn't look like it's moving very heavily. It looks like it's pretty stagnant, and it looks like if the windlass key were to be utilized here, it would open the dam door behind you and basically flood the entryway. Not flood, but send water out into the entryway.
What would be the purpose of that? Is it like part of his religion or something, or burial rites?
You can make either a history or a religion check, depending on what you choose, and your result determines what you'll get. And let me know if you're trained in the skill you use.
No, I'm not proficient either, so this is kind of just a YOLO.
Okay.
I know
Elizabeth,
tons of things about history.
Elizabeth in the chat
do tell me.
flood it. But history...
That 21 is because Red Ball is telling me the history.
Sure.
For sure.
Munio is the Azerite throne, and they and also the Citrine throne, the Liberus throne, are very water oriented, as they're both technically coastal. You're kind of more inland than the coast, but water is very important in rites and rituals because of the people before Osiria becoming a triumvirate. Were very water focused. And basically, water being present inside of the crypt is placed there to keep the crypt and all within it, the dead specifically, calm. If the water were to leave this place, or if someone were to force the water out, it would be for the purposes of wanting to tamper with the dead. If there's still water present, then the dead will defend themselves and to their end fight to defend themselves. But if the water is gone, the stillness is gone, and then they are an undead creature, they will wander about and probably leave this place.
Red
I
Ball.
got no problems with this dead guys, so we shouldn't do that.
It could potentially cause you more problems, but if you are planning on grave robbing while you're here, it would be better to drop the water out.
You guys trying to grave rob? I'm not. I'm good.
You're like priorities.
No, I like to rub elbows with kind of like the Osirian high society, and grave robbing is kind of a big no-no for them.
I mean, seeing as I'm lawful good, I suppose grave robbing is against the law.
It is. It is very much so.
So I'm going to say no.
I'm chaotic good, but it still seems kind of
Okay, so door to the south, stairway to the north. The stairway to the north kind of goes up a bit, and then the doorway to the south, it is stone doors, but not really ornate or anything, nothing stylized or anything, but it too is reinforced with iron. So stone instead of wood in this case.
If I was gonna hold a crazy ritual that I didn't want people to get to, I'd use the stone doors.
Just so you know, Elizabeth in the chat says you're a bunch of boring Bettys, because you didn't drop the water out. Anyway, I'm not taunting you. I'm not trying to get you to do anything by telling you the chat thing.
It's fine. We'll do it. We'll...
Chat's allowed to be wrong.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay, so doors to the south, stairs to the north.
Is it
so
locked as well?
Out of curiosity, just to try something that might look really stupid, John.
Sure.
But going off of the fact that, like, sound travels well through, like, dense materials, can I take one of the potion vials, put it up to my ear, and stick my ear against the door and see if I can hear anything through the, like, stone door?
That is really interesting and cool. Make a perception check with advantage.
I've got a -1 to perception, guys, so this will go great. That's a 7.
It does. You know the furious sound, but people keep talking about windlasses and water, and you're like, you're not able to hear anything.
That's fine. Trying to
Wouldn't
listen
it be
to see if
faster if we just open the door?
Well, you were talking, so I figured.
There are no door handles on the door. There are also no keyholes on the door.
I push.
We
You-
kick it in.
You
There's
can
a
ma-
sign that says pull.
You can make any sort of strength athletics checks that you want. The door does not move.
No good, boss.
In fact,
It go.
sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say it opens from the other side.
Right. So yeah, Melissa would note that the door appears to be barred, and your presumption based on the fact that there is no give, it's being barred with immovable rods.
Well, drat.
I guess up we go.
They ain't dumb. All right. All right. Heading up the staircase. All right. As you make your way up that way, you can see that there is a pretty broken up room. It looks like there's been some seismologic event that's caused some of the roof to fall in. Looks like there is a pathway that leads up to a T section. On the left side in the T section, if you make your way that way, there's a circular room with a domed ceiling. It looks like the domed ceiling was once painted, and a lot of the paint has flecked and kind of melted into like a kind of mildewy station on the ground, especially around the corners, or around the edges rather, because a round room doesn't have corners. There is a numerous amount of kind of buildup, moss and other grime on the ground along this passageway, and it looks like it heads to a T section as well. All right. As you make your way there, the T to the right, it looks like it descends down a small staircase into a room, which looks like it has some sort of fountain or something in it. And to the left, there's a door. This door has a door handle in the center of the door, and underneath the door, there is a keyhole. And underneath the keyhole, there is a plaque. And the plaque reads, in the common tongue, only the right key can be used to enter into this place, the place of warding.
Do we have the right key?
I mean, I think what it's talking about is you have to use your right hand, the right key as opposed to the left key.
Amazing.
What?
So
I don't know.
is this are these these are doors?
Yeah, if you go down into the fountain area, on the fountain, there's kind of a risen up kind of metal thing, and set inside of the top of it, you can see a place for the windlass. And then there are a set of doors. They don't appear to be locked. They do appear to be closed, and you can kind of hear some talking from the other side of those doors as they're just wooden doors.
I move up to him and I try to see if I can decipher what's being said.
It's a little bit of chanting, and then you also hear voices say, "They're probably right on their way. I heard some sounds of battle a second ago."
I point in, as if, this is the room.
Do a
Okay, you guys throw me in there.
kick and a slash motion.
Yeah, I attempt to kick the door in, and at the same time, baseball bat, red ball, and they're like straight ahead.
Okay, so
Without even knowing what I'm getting myself into.
kicking the door in's free. It does sound like they are on guard. So when the door flies open, was anybody doing anything before that?
I'm going
I was
to
getting ready
just.
to be thrown.
Well, actually, what I'm going to do this time is I'm going to put my rapier away for a second and just take my bow out for the first, initial.
Okay. All right. The doors kick open. There do appear to be a number of these strange piles of dirt kind of set in the ground. Looking at it, it looks like where pillars might have been standing at some point and have been removed or broken away or taken entirely. Kicking in the door near one of these piles, kind of standing off the way, you can see standing on the opposite side of a 5-foot water kind of trenchway, cultist kind of looking at you and said, "See, I told you!"
You never listen to me, Gary.
Say hello to Red Ball.
I told you, Gary. We're all Gary.
Gary.
Gary. So yeah, initiative. I guess is the name of the game. You hear a voice from south of them. Seems like the person that they were talking to says, "We need a couple more minutes."
They're not getting any minutes.
I mean, I'm sorry, a couple more moments.
Moments. They're not getting any moments.
Yeah, get him.
All right,
All right.
top of the
More
docket.
moments,
Dapper.
more problems.
You're being thrown in,
So
by the way.
I'm
So
being
you
thrown.
get 30 feet of straight movement.
That's where I am.
Okay.
Um,
You would see on the south side, just as you're kind of entering in, these two spaces are occupied with kind of glowing motes of energy, and this person here appears to be waving his hands kind of in those two directions. Seems like he's trying to draw something from them.
okay.
Magically.
Now, this doesn't count as a surprise round, right?
It does not.
Or this is- okay. So let's just go for the guy who's right next to me. Let's start with him. I would like to static shock and then regular attack.
Go.
Do I I'm supposed to get 2 attacks, right?
Yeah. But
Have I been not
no,
Okay,
no,
go
no, no.
ahead.
If you cast a spell as a cantrip, you get a attack, not the attack action as a bonus action. So it's an extra attack.
understood?
Yeah, if you use your extra attack, you get 2 attacks, and then as a bonus action, you can tongue attack. Use your dagger and your tongue. So you
Okay.
can get 3 attacks, and you still have a shield.
Right. Then yeah, let's go vicious on this guy. 3 attacks.
All right. So first 2 attacks with a short sword, 1 attack with a dagger. Go.
Just flying at his face.
Hit. Hold on. Roll the damage for the first one.
Ooh.
So it'll be 12 damage. Yeah, he dies from the first attack.
Oh,
You still have movement
Okay,
because you were
so-
thrown. So do you want to move?
do I also get to keep that attack and bonus action technically then?
You can move down to the next guy and make the attack against him. 15 will hit him as well. So if you want to click on the short damage on that one. Yeah, 9 will do it. He falls to the ground underneath your blade. You still have a little bit of movement. I think you can make it to the last one. Do you want to go ahead and just snipe down to him and dagger him?
Oh, I really can? That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so
This guy's a mother puddle.
go ahead and make a dagger attack. He's still alive, chatting. He gets stabbed in the chest with your tongue blade. He's got the dagger at him. And he's like, ah! He's not happy with it, but yeah. All right.
I don't know what they get into.
You basically just rush in, stab, stab, stab. You're literally Lancelot from Holy Grail. You're just rushing through, killing everybody, and everyone's looking at you like, Zapper's done. Stabber, you're up. It sounds like a lot of your job has just been done by the little ball
That's
of.
fine. My question is, does Zapper want any a little bit extra movement speed without opportunity attacks? Because I can have my movement.
Well, you have to be adjacent to Zapper.
Oh, I have to be adjacent. Never mind.
Then
Never
no.
mind. I missed the adjacent part on. It just says when you move.
Yeah, I think I might have worded it poorly. Again, I wrote these pretty quick. I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. There was a couple. The reason I wasn't sure is because some of the other champion tactics specifically say
Yeah.
adjacent to, and others didn't.
I
so-
think later in the docket, I probably just assumed it was there and failed miserably. So that's just me being horrible.
That's fine.
Snapping out, you can see the piles of dirt as I mentioned. It looks like there's a little bridge on the southern side there over the stream. There is a guy who is kind of doing some sort of chanting.
I'm assuming this is the guy chanting.
This is the guy chanting, and then it looks like there are 2 motes of energy here where these tokens are, and it looks like he's kind of drawing something forth from them.
All right, so I'm going to try to shoot this guy with my bow.
Okay.
And then you're going to have to keep in mind I never play fighters, so especially not battle masters. So can I use any of my maneuvers against him?
I think those ones are better worded than my trick, so you need to just make sure that it says melee weapon or not.
Yeah, that one says.
Let me see if I can help you here.
I mean, sorry. Is this guy holding anything in his hand?
Nope, just got his hands waving them, and there's like magical
Okay.
energy.
Not going to be worth it for. I thought he might be holding something in part with this, so I was looking at disarming attack, but that's not going to matter. So let's just shoot him.
Okay.
It's a 12, and second attack is 16.
16 hits. 12 bounces off of his armor, and then the next one kind of hits him in the in between the plates for 6.
Yep.
Okay. Doesn't look like it goes in all the way. Arrow kind of drops off to the ground. He looks like he's not concerned after rolling his concentration. He seems to be continuing on with his strange spell. Condor. Alright. As I said, you pop out, you can see the caster. Looks like Red Ball's decimated the entirety of the eastern side of this room. Just around the corner there is another guy who's standing next to one of these strange piles.
Is this like a pillar, or is this like something I can walk over?
So, yeah, you can walk over them. It looks like there were pillars there before, but it looks like they've been taken away and filled in with mounds of dirt.
Right, so walk over here. Stab this guy in the face.
Mm-hmm.
10 damage.
He dies horribly.
For my second attack, since I can't get in range of anyone, can I throw the chakram?
Yes.
Alright. I'll throw the chakram at the cultist.
Okay.
Chanty McChanterson.
Yeah, Chanty McChanterson for
Okay.
7 damage.
And check his concentration. He's good. Alright, yeah, you kind of hit him in the back of the head. It kind of donks him. And then the chakram comes flying back to your hand at the end of the turn, snapping it into your grasp. It looks like he's still maintaining his efforts here. As he does so, he kind of raises his hands back and seems to draw with a massive amount of force as 2 bronze women come out of the strange glowing orbs with angelic wings and white plate mail over them, kind of reddish hair and gold bits and baubles within their hair, bright white eyes that kind of glow with radiance. And the cultist looks to them and says, "Serve, destroy." And he turns and they look in your directions and they draw up massive blades. They are wielding long swords, but very, very ornate, almost Holy Avenger-like long swords. All right, Bagger, you are up.
Was this guy one of the commanders that we were chasing, or is he just another random cultist?
He looks like a random cultist, but he definitely seems to be someone who was probably in the leader's group.
Let's see. Go here, and I'll throw hand axe 1, hand axe 2 at the guy that was doing commands.
Okay.
11, 13.
Neither hit. Yeah, bouncing off of his armor, he kind of turns his attention towards you and goes,
Alright, that's my turn.
because that was just a really good evil laugh moment. Zapper.
All right, I have a question about the central eye.
Yeah.
And whether or not I can. Is that like a cancel, like a regular beholder's eye? Like any magic that's within the field is sort of getting canceled at that moment, or like I'm essentially thinking to myself, this guy concentrated to get these things here. He might still be concentrating, and I'm wondering if I could cancel that.
So the way that the central eye for a beholderkin, an Orbis beholderkin works, those of you who are watching, this is out of my book Cardiff's Tattered Notes on the DM's Guild. You focus your central eye on a single creature within 30 feet and devour magic from it. The targeted creature must succeed on the save, or have one of its magic items lose all magical properties until the start of your next turn. It specifically focuses
it only
on
works on items.
permanent magic items, correct. It does not dispel, it does not get rid of currently active magical effects, conjurations, etc. It is specifically for magic items contained on the person. He does appear to be wielding a dagger, or have a dagger at his belt, that's similar to the one that Stabber took off of the cultist in the first room. The weird magic one that she didn't know what it did.
Understood. And one last question: is the water below me deep, or is it like you could easily stand in it if you had legs, but I don't?
It's the same depth as the water from before. The trench is about 10 feet deep. Yeah, it's about as deep as the walk up was. So, yeah, 10 feet deep.
Okay. Then what I would like to do.
You pop over it onto the rubble to the side of him.
Right. Okay, I'm gonna short sword the guy in front of me.
Okay.
Because I don't want to take an attack of opportunity. So, a short sword.
Hit, and he had 1 health left, so he's dead.
Okay, and then I have extra attack and bonus action.
Mm-hmm. And you're moved. What?
I haven't moved yet.
At all, yeah. So yeah, you can get to the cultist.
Yeah, that's the plan. And then, so does that attack bonus action still work now, or not really? So
Yeah,
like,
you can still swing with your last attack, and you can still bonus action stab him with a dagger in your mouth.
Oh, okay, all right. So that's what I'll do: attack and dagger.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, short sword and dagger.
Yeah, he manages to kind of deflect these attacks with armor. He's kind of still staring across the way at the half-orc. But are you stopping on the water?
Yeah, I'm stopping. I'm floating over the water. Yeah.
Hold on a second.
Or can I not float 5 feet over the water?
Above the ground.
I guess that's sort of what I was thinking.
You need to be above ground. So.
Could I have gone on Bagger's head?
Yeah. Well, you'll have to move away from him.
Then I wouldn't have attacked. Right. Yeah. Okay. Here I go. There I go.
You okay with that?
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
That's a good move there then. All right, Stabber, you're up.
Pew pew. Let me just pull up my. 25 and an 8. Ugh.
25 will work.
And yeah, I'm shooting Colty McCulterson over there, hoping that maybe he's still concentrating on keeping those guys up, too.
I'll give you a free Arcana check.
Cool. 20. Hey,
He's
I
not,
succeeded on that.
He's not concentrating. Looks like he was concentrating on casting the spell. Looks like it was a durational kind of effect. It looks like now that the creatures are summoned and the command has been issued, they're here for whatever duration they're here for.
Great.
Alright.
Gonna
Gondar,
have to kill him, guys.
you're up. Gondar.
Oh. Alright, don't worry, boys. We'll get him. Hop over the stream. Say the magic word. Stab him.
The magic word is stab.
16.
Hits. And you'll bring him low. Alright. Once he dies, I need to make a wisdom saving throw for these angels.
They don't want none of this. Go back to heaven.
Yeah, come on, guys, we can be friends.
Yeah, hold on. Okay. So it looks like one is kind of understanding of the situation, realizes the command issue was not a good one, but it appears that the other one seems still intent on murdering the closest person adjacent. At the cultist's initiative, you do have, this is still kind of some movement for you, Gundar, if you want to engage, but it looks like one of them kind of moves to intercept as the other one moves to attack, and they start speaking in a language none of you understand, but based on inflection and kind of tone, it seems like one is trying to shake the other one out of whatever magic has currently bound them to the deed of murdering you all.
Yeah, seeing this.
I'll mark the good one. So the good one will be the one with the yellow dot.
I'll sheath my weapons to kind of show that we don't have, our quarrel is not with them.
Okay. Well,
Bamf mine out.
if you wait a second and like the combat's over, you will note that they will begin fighting each other. If you want to avoid them, it looks like they're going to be fighting each other for a while.
That's fine. Does this guy have a key in his pocket?
Okay. Let me go ahead and clear the initiative board. So the sounds of two angels just beating the crap out of each other. As you're like, oh, let's fucking see what he's got in his wallet. He does have a key. He actually has a ring of keys. There are 2 total keys. One is silver and one is gold. As you look past him and see that there are 2 doors, one that's currently blocked off by the angels and they're fighting, and one that's kind of close to it but shouldn't be a problem. This one has a keyhole. This one does not. This one looks kind of just useless. But this one here looks like it has a keyhole. No markings on it. And then there's a door over here as well. Yeah.
These guys clearly have some things to sort out, so we should let them do that and maybe go through one of these doors.
Real quick, pick a representative for your party and have them roll a D100, please.
Well, it has to be Gondar, right?
Yeah, Gondar's the leader.
Might as well. Yeah.
Roll it.
All right.
Oh, 16.
It's low. It's good. All right. So in about a minute or so, that fight will conclude, and the good one will be the victor.
Ooh. Hooray.
Fair enough. Yeah, because they're pretty much evenly matched. But yeah, as I said, two doors besides the one you came in through, and then a third door which is kind of blocked off. But it doesn't look like they're defending it. It looks like they just happened to be there. That door looks unimportant. The door on the far side looks like it is locked or sealed. That's the far side to the right. And then the door to the south, it looks like it's locked with a keyhole.
Oh, might as well just work through this one at a time. Does either of these keys work on this door?
Do you try them?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Which one do you try first? Silver or gold?
Gold.
Okay.
Well, I was gonna say, actually, is there like a does the keyhole itself have any? Okay.
It does not. You put the gold key in, and the second you do, the gold key disappears. The only key left on the ring is the silver one.
I think the gold key was for the other door, maybe.
You're probably right. Do I risk this silver key, or do you think it'll work? It'll disappear.
We don't need keys.
Give it a shot.
All right, silver key.
All right, click. It unlocks. The door opens. The second the door opens, you can hear kind of a bit of sound coming out from it. Sounds like a very mellow voice. Kind of coming through.
They're doing ASMR sessions over there, guys.
It appears to be a mockbang ASMR, and
I hate ASMR.
What, do we know the language, or is it just like nonsense?
Draconic.
Ooh, that's bad.
If you come around the corner there, which it looks like you are doing, you do see the purple-haired...
I speak Draconic. Do I know what they're saying?
It sounds like gibberish, magical gibberish.
Okay.
Stepping out into the room, you can see there's a door across from you. It does look like there is a strange podium kind of set in the center of this room. And it looks like there is kind of something standing kind of on the podium. It looks to be a statue of a dragon. It is glowing bright purple, and the individual with purple hair and the red kind of scarf around his neck kind of looks to you all, kind of disinterestedly, and kind of snaps his finger and looks at you. The chanting he was doing seems to have been followed by an echo, which was then followed by another echo, so it sounded like a chorus as you kind of got closer to him. And when he snapped his finger, you hear them all kind of move and continue until they get to the same point in the song or whatever he was doing and stop. And he kind of looks at you. You're here because you chased me from Mutus. Great. I'm simply trying to retreat. If you wish to have this out, you may continue, but I tell you I'm no longer interested in this matter. It's entirely up to you if you want to die here or leave peacefully. As he says that, he kind of steps down from the podium. You can see him kind of throw back his red cape, and kind of it throws his mantle up a bit. And you can see on his chest he has a holy symbol of Atavius on his chest.
He doesn't look Osirian though, because he's purple hair, or
You make a history check.
But yeah, my other or while he's doing that roll, the other thing I was wondering is from the like draconic magical gibberish / whatever was doing on the podium. Can I figure out anything about like
Arcana or religion, the DC will be augmented depending on which one you choose.
I'm going to go with Arcana since I have a better score there.
Yeah.
That's an 11.
You're
Probably
not,
nothing.
you're not sure. The only thing you can kind of discern is the purple could denote an illusion spell, or it could denote some sort of conjuration,
Gotcha.
which could be teleportation. But yeah, 21. A long time ago, during the early days of the Civil War, there was a wandering priest that re-entered into Osaria from the Southlands of Parnak, an Atavian priest known as the Red Priest. He is a very powerful and potent diviner and spellcaster and servant of the God of Law, the even-handed Judge, the ever-burning light. And description-wise, this person is either trying to look very much like the Red Priest for notoriety, or he is the Red Priest. You would know the Red Priest's name was known as Zelos. Zellos.
interesting. Your garment says you serve the straightest arrow, but you fraternize with servants of a demon.
I do not fraternize with anyone. I wish to take back Mutus for purpose. Munio has fallen away from its true king, and now serves a democracy. My intent was to stop the Iron Road from running in that direction, in hopes of stymieing power from making it to that kingdom's capital. These peasants, pawns, heretics, cowards, are all attempting to do just that. I couldn't have aligned myself with you. I highly doubt you would be intent on murdering your own lord, or Kyrios. Am I not wrong, Gondar of the Honor Bound?
No, I prefer to attain my power the right way. And serving your head to him should see me put quite in a good position, I'd say, in these lands.
I promise you, even if you win this day, you will not kill me. And as he says that, he kind of smiles, and you see this kind of strange effigy kind of appear behind him, solid black, its hands kind of coming out to the sides of him. I am eternal. I do not die. I am not even here. And he grins. Draw your blades. Let us dance. And he kind of opens his hands like he's wanting you to accept him in a hug.
I don't like this guy.
I don't like him.
Alright, heretic. Let's see what your magic is worth.
Roll initiative. Gotta change the music, hold on.
It's not dramatic enough.
Methinks there might have been a special item to actually kill him in the other room.
Possibly. Too late to find out now.
Yeah.
Alright. Everybody rolled?
Indeed.
Dog pile.
Seriously.
Alright.
Oh, right. None of you are good at knocking things prone. Darn.
Zapper, you're first.
Okay. Over to here.
Okay.
And, well, actually, I'm just gonna get right in his face, actually. And I would like to cast...
No, sorry. You moved in adjacent to him. Alright. Go ahead and make a charisma saving throw.
Charisma. Okay.
The second you get close to him, he kind of goes, "Please," and kind of raises his hands, and you kind of, maybe this guy's all right. You are charmed. He is a friend to you.
Oh, look, guys, I really like this guy now. I changed my mind. Let's not fun.
It smells so good.
He's got a great scent. But yeah, if that changes your actions, feel free. But he does not appear to be a threat to you now that you're this close to him.
But he doesn't have control over me. I'm just charmed by him.
Yeah, he's not a hostile. You're not hostile towards him any longer. You're friendly to him. But yeah, you still have your turn.
Okay. So then, yeah, I'm not gonna attack him like I would have.
Guys, I mean, why don't we just like take him home with us and hang out? He's like a bro.
All right.
That's my action.
He's pretty persuasive, Gondar. I don't know. Maybe we should all just be friends, like he says.
Ugh. I roll my eyes. I hate wizards. I gotta do the red ball bounce, and I want to essentially jump up to over here.
I dig it.
Come on, red ball, snap out of it.
You jump onto Red Ball's head. He kind of brong, and you leap over, landing, kind of doing like a flip in the air, and land next to him. The priest kind of turns and looks at you, and grins.
Okay. Yeah, I come at him with the karambit,
Make your attack.
and then yeah, Ignis lights on fire as I bring it in.
You're casting your cantrip?
Yeah.
Okay. You see him kind of raise his hand up and kind of grin, and you watch him kind of glow. Make your attack. You have disadvantage for the attack.
19.
Still hits.
All right, so 13.
I only need the real damage, not the fire damage.
Okay. Is he the fire doesn't hurt him?
He seems to be immune to it, yeah.
Oh, that's unfortunate. All right, second attack. Do I still have disadvantage?
What's the total damage? Sorry.
9 sneak attack, 13.
Okay.
14
That's without fire?
without fire. I took that off.
Okay. And then
Second attack is still disadvantage.
Well, you said you had cast the spell, so you don't actually have a second attack.
Oh, okay. Extra attack only works when making regular attacks.
You're casting a spell with Green Flame Blade. You're not making an attack with Green Flame Blade.
Oh yeah, I see what you're
Your
saying.
action is Green Flame Blade, not extra attack.
Okay, then bonus action Misty Dagger stab.
Sure. Wait, no, you can't, because you can only bonus action 2-weapon fighting if you use the attack action as your action. So no, yeah, sorry.
Okay, no worries.
That's why Eldritch Knights matter. Like, you can't cantrip attack, because then why would you not do that all the time? So yeah.
Alright, no worries.
Okay, so swing and a miss swing and a hit on the first attack. You watch as the fire kind of wreaths around in that weird aura, and then kind of shoots down to the ground, leaving like a perfect burned circle on the ground. His eyes kind of flare green, and he kind of looks at you dismissively, and turns his direction back towards the others. Stabber.
So yeah, sure. We're going to come in, and we're going to go stabby. Sorry, I'm just. No, not that. Sorry, I'm just double checking the maneuvers really quickly. Oh, that's reaction. Okay. And he's not holding anything, right?
Nothing in his hands.
Okay, in that case. Not great rolls.
Coming with the first attack missing, second attack misses as well. It seems there's some kind of strange shimmer to around him that seems to be kind of acting as armor. You're not sure what that is, and your brain's kind of probably trying to go back into the studies, and you can't understand why that's the case. All right. Bagger.
All right. Let's surround him.
Sorry. Apologies. First attack missed. Second attack missed. I'll do it on the second attack. As a free action, he'll actually teleport to here. So you'll probably move to intercept him there instead, Bagger. Sorry.
Darn it! All right. I wanted an ally adjacent to him. Anyway, yeah, I'll run up.
I've got a lot of tricks on this guy. I just have to remember them all.
No, it's cool. So first attack, I'm gonna attempt to shove him prone.
Okay.
So that'd be athletics.
Yeah.
28.
Okay.
Correct.
You come slamming into him. You kind of hit him, and you watch as he kind of just floats back, and then kind of moves back into his space. He's immune to the prone condition.
All right, I will whip out the Dragon Slayer axe and attempt a slash.
Okay.
11 to hit.
That'll miss. And as a free action, he will teleport to this space. All right. Turning his attention back to the group, he kind of looks to Gondar and says, "You know it's pointless. You know who I am. Please, join me." And as he says that, make a charisma saving throw.
This is charm, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think that word means. What do you think it means?
15.
Failure. So you are charmed by him. And then
Maybe he isn't so bad. He's pretty handsome.
I mean, look at that hair.
I know, right? That cute little bob cut.
now you feel this strange kind of sensation, like maybe he isn't so bad. He says, "Join me," and then he kind of looks at you and grins, "Or die," and points downwards, and you feel this kind of raw energy pulse through you. You take 19 points of necrotic damage, and you can see him kind of glimmer as the shield kind of pulses around him. You're
He's not nice.
You are no longer technically charmed any longer. All right. That was on 8. On initiative 20, he will use his lair action. Zapper, go ahead and make a charisma saving throw.
Okay. You got it.
Alright. You watch as Red Ball kind of like floating there, kind of going, guys. You watch as these kind of black shackles appear above him and then drop down on him, pulling him down to the ground and kind of locking him in place. You are paralyzed for 1 minute.
God, I'm so wrong with fun. This is awesome. I love being paralyzed.
I'm on the phone! To the other group, it does look like the strange black shackles that have kind of appeared around him are tangible. They don't look like they're made out of metal. They look like they're possibly structurally unsound, but
So
they do appear to be holding him.
So we can break them, essentially. Attempt to?
You think so, yeah. Alright, Zapper, your initiative, you are paralyzed, which means you don't do anything. Sorry.
This is awesome.
Okay, cool.
Is
Got
he
it.
still charmed now that he's been like...
I don't think it ends the condition.
I didn't take any damage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't end the condition.
Oh, if he's charmed and paralyzed, then...
What's? Yeah.
Well, why free him right now?
He's
This
just gonna keep telling us how great this guy is.
Yeah. I mean,
Don't worry about me. I am of no help to you.
I guess if someone chains you up...
Isn't this amazing?
It's not that bad. Alright, bring it on. Come on. Let's... Or we'll do regular slashing now.
Make a
'cause-
charisma saving throw.
5.
As you move up to him, you go, I don't know if this fight's worth it. You are charmed by him. He is your friend. It does feel like you probably should lay down your arms. Again, this is not immediately controlling you. You're just not hostile to him. For the charm condition, I don't... Let me double check it.
Like, do I remember that he just
Yeah.
blasted me with necrotic energy?
Yeah.
Your
and
friends don't do that, so I feel like I still would
So,
want
a
to attack him.
The charm condition specifically states the charmed creature can't attack the charmer or target the charmer with harmful abilities or magical effects. And I have advantage on ability checks to interact with you socially. So, based on the magical condition, no, I am augmenting your mind to a point where, even though the bad just happened, you're like, I deserved it. He's not bad. I deserved it.
Oh well, shit.
Bad boy.
Can I ready an action that if he does something to change my mind, I'll attack him? Like if he attacks me?
I suppose that's
Can I be on the fence about him?
I suppose that's fair, but the ready to action can't trigger while you're still charmed. So if I murder
Fair
your
enough.
friends, you're still charmed. So
Yeah,
yeah,
they probably deserved it.
they deserved it. They weren't such great. They're not like Raya or Benson or Shambles. Those were real friends. Stabber, you're up.
Okay, so I fortunately have seeing two people get really near him.
It
And
looks
then
like he's
go-
using his reaction to do that, by the way.
Yeah. Okay.
The teleportation thing seems to be a free effect for being missed by an attack.
Right. So yeah, sure. Let's just go
Oh.
in.
Sorry. And just baseline arcana. On the pedestal there's still that weird statue that seems to be the center of whatever ritual he was casting.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Can I smash the statue?
You can attempt it. Do you wish to?
Yeah, sure. Let's give that a shot.
Go ahead. Make an attack roll. Hit. And enough damage. So basically the crit is going through. You kind of lance it through with your rapier, and as you do so, you kind of see the priest kind of turn to you and kind of, ah! And you pierce it with your magic weapon, which causes the magic to kind of break. The purple light kind of dissipates, and leaves the statue kind of just present as it is. Once the magic kind of pops, you can kind of see the strange form behind him more like visibly, and it appears that it's some sort of puppet master kind of moving this human body with these kind of dark tendrilled strings.
Interesting. Can I move in and attempt to stab the thing that seems to be puppeting it?
Yeah.
Oh great, who's measuring things? Is that...
That's me.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure. All right, I'm going to move in and yeah, let's attempt to stab the puppet master. 16.
16 will hit the ghost steel form behind him. The piercing damage seems to be resisted against, despite it being magical, but it does seem to damage it, and it kind of turns and looks at you and kind of focuses its attention on you. And as the puppet master,
How you doing?
as the puppet master, so too the puppet, and he kind of turns his attention to you angrily. Okay, cat. Seriously, you're just gonna do that? Gonna do that?
Yeah, of course it's a
Get
cat.
it out from there. Okay. Bad cat. You're bad. 100% bad. All right, Bagger. You are the one that is. Oh wait. Did you swing twice? Yeah, you did. You killed the statue.
Yeah, once at the statue and then once at the guy.
Okay. Bagger, you are up.
Yep. Is Red Ball still restrained by things?
Oh yeah.
Indeed.
Alright. And
He
you said
loves
they look.
it.
You would say they look structurally unstable, so I could probably swing at them and potentially break them.
Yeah.
Okay. I come by and swing at the chains restraining.
Okay. Go ahead and make an attack against Zapper.
Oh my god, what are you doing?
You betrayed us.
Didn't think this through, guys. 26 to hit.
Cool. So Smokey, go ahead and take 13 slashing damage, and you are no longer charmed or paralyzed. As you
That's the trick.
you're kind of focused on the edges of the chains, and you kind of swing inwards at them, and you feel like your gaze is actually being distorted by something, and then you realize far too late, and you slam the blade into Zapper and kind of pull it away. Like I said, Zapper, you are no longer charmed or paralyzed, but your friend did just hack into you.
Sorry, Zapper.
And how aware was I of like what was going on, or was I just like?
You are a beholderkin. You are aware there is mind fuckery afoot. Now that you've been snapped out of it, so yes.
All right. Rest of my movement, I'll move behind and attack the puppet master.
Okay.
And for this first one, we're also going to try and do a Great Weapon Master on it as well. Does a 25, so for a 20 hit?
Yeah.
Alright,
Nice.
so a total of 27 damage. an additional 8 if he's somehow a dragon.
So
Okay.
here's a question: have any of us action surged yet?
No.
Nope, that's what I'm about to do. Action
Okay, good.
surge.
All right. So as you hit the ghost thing, the strange spirit behind him, he turns his attention to you, and as he does so, he just kind of disappears. It's now just the puppet, and the puppet master appears to have kind of manifested away. You're not sure where he's gone to, but hitting him has caused him to disappear. You might have killed him.
This might be a bad idea. I'm for this next attack, I'm not going to Great Weapon Master.
Let me check something.
But I will attack the priest guy. 22.
Let me check something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's per attack. Okay. 22 will hit.
All right, so that's 19 damage total.
Okay.
And then final attack. Yeah, let's go for broke and see if we get lucky. We'll do Great Weapon Master again.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a 19 to hit.
That will hit.
So that is 30 damage.
All right. 1 second. Okay. Perfect. All right. Done. 30 and 19. And then... Yeah. Okay. All right.
I bring the pain train.
Okay.
You
So...
are the pain train.
On his initiative, as his action, he kind of pushes his hands inwards. You see the black hands of the puppet master come in for just a second and kind of hold over his hands, and he pulses. Everybody in the room who is not charmed needs to make a Constitution saving throw. If you are charmed, you automatically fail it, but you will no longer be charmed after the status of the effect.
17.
Failure.
25.
Success. Failure. All right. So the two massive great axe attacks that slammed into the priest just a second ago appear on each one of you that failed the saving throw. You each take 49 points of damage,
I'm unconscious.
and that's instantaneous for you, Gondar. The attacks don't seem to go all the way in and bleed into you as much as they did the others. Bagger.
All right. So half of what again?
49, so 24.
That's exactly enough to put me to 0. Sneaky.
Wow.
Well, it's 49 is exactly the amount of damage he just was dealt in that last turn.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's a sign.
You killed us.
That said, he ends his turn. Zapper, it's 22. You are still alive?
By 2 points.
Do you want to drink a potion?
Yes. Is that an action or a bonus action?
It's an action to do so. The only person who can do it as not an action is Melissa.
Right. So
Not
I
that it
wouldn't
matters, right?
be able to second wind.
You can second wind as a bonus action and drink as an action, so you could full up as much as you can.
Do a potion and a second wind. Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
So 10 hit
Wait,
points
you wanna
back
use-
for the
You
potion.
want to use the potion on one of the down characters, other guys?
Yeah, you could force quaff and then second wind yourself.
I guess that makes sense. That makes sense. Okay, I go over here and I pour a potion into Gondor's mouth.
Okay.
10
10 hit points back.
Second wind myself.
And second wind is max as well. So D10, so it'll be 10 plus your level, so 18 hit points back.
Okay,
I forgot to mention that in the side chat.
Oh, nice.
that's perfect. Okay,
The Champions of Mutus healing is full.
that's everything I have, right?
Yeah, turn wise, you're done.
Anything else?
Gondar, you're up. Melissa Stabber is down on the ground. It looks like Bagger's pretty well healthy. The Red Priest is kind of looking at everyone, kind of pressed against the wall. He does have the wounds, but he's not bleeding from them.
Yeah, he's a weirdo. I'm gonna do what Red Ball did. I'm gonna force quaff for Melissa.
Okay.
to get at her, and then I'll second wind as well.
She'll have 10 hit points, and your second wind is max, so 18. Alright, Stabber, you're up. Matt. There you are.
Muted.
Sorry about that. Was cleaning up the kitchen.
No worries.
Quickly. So yeah.
You are back up with 10 hit points. And you can quaff and second wind if you wanted to get some health back.
Well, I'm just going to second wind right now. So
Okay.
that's used at 18, I believe.
Yep.
And then I'm going to just go all ham on this guy in front of me.
Okay.
You can quaff for free if you want to get more.
Yeah, you can quaff for free. You have a potion bandolier.
Oh, I can quaff for free? I thought it was a bonus action.
Yeah, you have a magic item called Potion Bandolier, which I believe is in Hedges and Highways, and you can pull one of the 6 potions you have in it and quaff as a free action.
Oh, in that case, I'm going to do that. Yeah, sure. In that case, now I'm going to go all ham on this.
Get it?
So, misses, hits,
Okay.
going to action surge, maybe hits, and probably not.
15 damage on this side. Okay. And yeah, the last attack doesn't hit. As he's kind of like stabbed and pushed back, you kind of see him kind of press against the wall, and you can see the holes coming through him, but it doesn't look like blood is coming out. You can see blood in him, but it doesn't look like there's any kind of vascular flow coming out. It doesn't look like the fluid is jutting out of him. It's almost like it's either being held in there by some other effect, or there doesn't appear to be any kind of flow in him at all. Bagger, you're up.
Alright. Me not me not being the brightest tool in the shed, I'm going to let's see, do I have enough movement to run there and run back? Oh, if I run I'll probably get an attack of opportunity. Never mind.
He doesn't have a
We're just
weapon
gonna-
drawn.
What's that?
He doesn't have a weapon drawn.
Oh, okay. And then he has a reaction anyway.
Well, I'm just saying he doesn't look like a threat.
Right. I'm gonna run over here and hit the thing.
So you are moving out of opportunity attack range?
Yep.
You see a massive scythe appear out of nowhere as he slashes it into your back. Doesn't look like he has a weapon. Yeah, I'm going. He does have a weapon the whole time.
Is it the Puppet Master's, like, scythe?
It appears to be a big, massive black energy scythe that appears in the puppet's hand and swings. 14 misses anyways, though. So, like, the other thing you notice about this massive sweeping arc is there's a whole bunch of necrotic energy, and as it kind of, like, splashes down on the algae and everything, you just watch it all wither and die.
That was good food!
So I'm gonna attack the pedestal thing that Stabber had attacked to see if we can make the Puppet Master appear.
Yeah, so you attack the statue again, and it doesn't do anything. It's already been done.
Alright, yeah. And then I will move back and attack. Just in case, let's not add extra damage. Yeah, let's do it. Let's Great Weapon Master. Why not? Let's have fun. Nope. 7 does not hit.
Okay.
I'm
Done?
guessing. Yeah, I'm done.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and give Melissa and Gondar an Arcana check here.
$17. What did Benson tell me that one time about possession?
Well, you think back and you're not sure what's going on here. Stabber, you actually kind of recall some studies in necromancy, like recalling the utilization of pain and death as a weapon or tool. And that appears to be what happened on that last turn. You're pretty sure that there's some sort of threshold that needs to be attained before he can actually unleash the pain and agony and death that's being exhibited upon the puppet. You're pretty sure it hasn't been done this turn, but the 2 massive blows from the great axes allowed for him to create that negative energy pulse that pretty much wrecked your day a second ago. Again, you don't know what the threshold is, but the presumption is if he takes X amount of damage, he can then displace the damage or share the damage with everyone in a specific range. Instead, on this turn, he is going to, since he has the weapon manifest, and he currently has no charmed parties, I'm going to go ahead and swipe into Gondar. I get 2 attacks. Miss with the first one. Hit with the second one.
Does Red Ball want to do protection fighting style?
It won't matter here. I got an 18 and 25. Save your reaction. I'm being a nice DM. it won't help. But yeah, he'll take 9 slashing damage. And he will take 18 necrotic damage.
Ouch.
What's the total?
Should be 9 and 19 or 9 and 18. So 27.
Wow.
Bad at the math. Are you still standing?
Chad.
Yay! Oh man, I wish
Fan of the night.
I wish I'd hit with that second attack. All right, done. It will go to initiative 22. Oh,
So
sorry. No, it's fine. I swung. Go ahead. What are you gonna say?
I kind of thought about that before, that maybe I should go before this, but at the same time, I wasn't entirely positive. But I mean, regardless. So I'm going to move over here, and I actually want to try. Well, I guess over here would be better to lightning lure the puppeteer.
Okay. The puppeteer is currently invisible, if it is there at all. So you'll have disadvantage for your attack roll.
Right.
But that's perfectly fine if well, it's a strength saving throw. You can't target it. You can't see it. Lightning lure is not an option. It has to be. It would have to be a ranged attack or a melee attack. It has to be an attack roll. Since you can't target him, see him, you can't lure him.
Okay, that makes sense. So then I take back what I was doing.
No worries. You're back in the square you were in. I was gonna say I would have gotten an opportunity attack because my turn reset. So good thing you didn't move.
Okay, yeah, that works. And I think I want to try this galvanic arc.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what I want to do.
Okay.
Okay.
So go ahead and click it.
Galvanic arc.
I think it's a range attack. But
Oh, it is?
I think so.
But it is 60 feet, so that's also a bad idea. Damn it.
I mean, it's not the worst idea. I'm trying to think of what you can do here. I mean, you can provoke the opportunity attack. You have a pretty high armor class, and he's missed quite a bit.
I do have a pretty high armor class.
You're pretty much
but
putting
I don't have a lot of health.
Yeah, you're putting it to fate. But if you hit...
I'm just going to static shock.
Okay. Yeah, it's going to do a bit of damage extra here, so good call.
Well,
Go ahead,
I was going to say the other thing that we could. Or,
it's fine.
never mind.
Oh, so go ahead and click the damage, and this will be doing an extra 4. So 7 plus 4 is 11. All right. Double checking.
Okay. I'm going to attack him with my short sword.
Okay. All right. Hit.
And that should be my turn.
Okay. The body looks pretty wrecked, pretty well wounded. Yeah, not too much this turn though, but yeah, definitely quite a bit total. The body looks pretty messed up. Gondar.
Based on Stabber's deduction, do we know if the necrotic wave it has to be all at once, or is it does it build up over a round?
Build up over a single round, and then it pops.
So we can all of our damage adds to it, right?
Yeah, I've got a calculator out and keep adding every time the turn starts.
Hmm.
If you want me to save you the trouble, you're currently at 22 for the turn.
I know. Yeah, I don't want to hit that mark because we're just gonna end up killing ourselves. So I'm thinking how we can get this. Is there any other? Yeah, is there any other ornate things in here that we could use to piss off the puppet master? Because he popped out when we broke the shot.
but you know he's there. It's just that he's invisible, so you have disadvantage on your attack rolls. That's it. You can attack at him, but he's not present.
Yeah, and he's separate from the body. If the body is the bomb, right?
Yeah, the bomb has only been triggering off the damage that's been done to the body. Correct.
Okay, well, I'm gonna start slashing wildly where I assume that he kind of is, maybe like above and behind Zelos.
Okay.
Like,
All right. So I'm gonna use my reaction. Go ahead and make your first attack.
disadvantage 16.
Yeah. So he initiates a reaction called Puppet Shield. He moves the body. You can see it kind of float up in the direction of your attack, and you bounce off of the priest's armor, and he kind of puts him back to his place. Basically, he can trick you into making the attack against his own friend. I wish you'd rolled that 31 on that one. That would have been fucking hilarious. But
that definitely would have blown us up. But he can only do that once, right?
It's his reaction to do it. That's correct.
So, all right, so 2 more wild strikes.
Yep. One with the main and then one with the off.
14 probably on the ghost.
Miss.
14 miss. I don't know what I'm doing.
16 appears to be the armor class for the puppet master. All right, Gondar, you're done. Stabber, you're up.
Okay, so seeing what Gondar is going to do, I'm going to try to do the same thing, but I'm going to actually, amazingly enough, use one of my maneuvers, because I just noticed I have feint attack, so I will be a straight roll as opposed to disadvantage.
Very good.
Because, you know,
Yeah.
why not?
And you have to use that
18.
you have to use that per attack. Just a heads up.
Yeah, well, I can only use it once because it's a bonus action to do or to
Okay.
set up the feint.
Got it. So the first attack will hit then, and you watch as the puppet master appears for a second, kind of lances through it and goes ooh, and then dissipates back to its invisible state.
Right, and then that's the D8 for the
Extra damage. Yep. So a total of 13.
Yep.
Halved, of course.
And then I'm going to do the same thing over again. Just try to stab at the ghost.
Okay.
11.
Misses. All right.
Did you
Bagger.
want a free action quaff a potion?
Might as well. That'll bump me up to, hopefully if I take 39 damage again somehow.
Alright. Yeah, we're just gonna do some straight rolls at wherever that weird ghost thing is.
Go nuts.
1.
Nope.
18.
Yep.
17 damage on the ghost.
Okay. Hold on. Mathing. This is complicated.
Yeah, get that ghost.
Okay, good. All right. So on the priest's turn, something you didn't
And I'll second wind for 18.
something you didn't notice before, but something that is now more prevalent because a decent amount of damage has actually gone into this puppet master. You watch as points where you remember seeing the tendrils kind of connected to the puppet start to char black and become necrotic, and flesh starts to peel away from those spots. Go ahead and make an Arcana check, those of you that have it, or Religion if you want to roll that instead. Easier DC on that one.
I mean...
Since you got the first one, I'll give you advantage on that one.
Okay, 25 then.
Yeah, so it seems that the damage that's being done to the ghost is being transferred to the puppet on the Red Priest's turn. It seems like there's a certain threshold that has to be done to the ghost, so it cannot do that. And you did not meet it.
Wait, so the damage we're doing to the ghost is being transferred
Into the puppet.
To the puppet?
Yeah, but it
We
doesn't...
have to do a certain amount of damage for him not to be able to do that?
Correct. But it doesn't appear that this... real quick out of character note. It doesn't appear that this damage calculates to the pop bubble. So, note there. If that makes sense.
Yep.
Red Priest's turn. Scythe time. Actually... Oh, this is tough. No, yes.
Bring it on.
Scythe time. I'm gonna go ahead and scythe into Bagger. And if I can get him down in one shot, I won't go into anybody else. Since you appear to be doing the most damage to my friend. 19 to hit.
Yeah.
7 slashing, 26 necrotic.
Oof.
Total, what is that?
20, 33. Are you still up?
Still up. Second
Okay.
wind save me.
Slamming into you with my second attack. 25 to hit.
Yeah.
11 and 33. So 44. Alright. As he kind of... You hear a... coming from the puppet's face. Zapper.
I'm gonna pour another potion into Stabber's mouth, and I'm get on the other side. Oh, I'm sorry, Bagger's mouth. I'm gonna pour a potion into Bagger's mouth.
Okay.
And then, as he's getting up, I'm gonna stand on his head for an extra 5 feet of space.
Okay.
So I'm about 10 feet in the air, and
Well,
now
you're still 5 feet because I'm.
You're still adjacent to me. He's not
I
stood.
can't get up until it's my turn.
He hasn't stood up yet.
Okay, so then
You're gonna unless real quick. You've already used your action to give him the potion, so you're not going to be able to cast a spell anyway. So yeah.
That's true. We're trying to get in position.
Well, you'd have to again. You're going to have to ferret out that opportunity attack unless you take the disengage action, which again you've already used your action. Getting away from him is not an easy affair. That scythe is mean. So.
I guess that's fair. I was more trying to move through space, seeing as
I get you, but
down.
diagonally
There.
within 5 feet still is within range of my scythe. So if you want to, again, it sounds like you want to get to casting range. I suggest dipping away from him and suffering the opportunity attack. If you get hit, someone will hopefully get you up because you'll only be adjacent to one of them, and both of them have 2 potions remaining, I believe. So.
No, I'm out of potions actually.
Oh well, then yeah, you want to move south then away from them. So you want to move towards Gondar south. If you are attempting to get into a ranged throwing distance, you want to move here.
Like you can disengage and then action surge and cast your spell, and
He
he
already action surged.
already used it.
I was trying to give a potion to Bagger.
Well, you can't. You can't.
I can't get over.
You can't. You can't. You can move here. Okay, 10 feet. Quaff the potion. Move back 10 feet. You still have 5 feet of movement, so you can pop here. You'll take an opportunity attack, but then you'll be out of range for the next turn, unless I butcher you here. Do you want to risk the attack? You're going to have to risk the attack, or it's going to take you 2 more turns to get into range, because you're going to have to next turn disengage and then move.
I'll risk the attack.
Okay. Miss. 13. Whoosh! Massive blacks. Oh wait. Yeah. Massive black scythe comes missing. I was just making sure. I reset my reactions on 8. That's right. Okay. So yeah, you get away from him, and my reaction is spent. Gondar, you're up.
All right. I guess I slash at the ghost.
Go.
25
Hits.
for 15.
Okay.
17 for another 9.
Okay.
16 for another 4.
Okay.
Has the ghost been hit yet this turn?
No, it just recycled.
Okay. But the other 2 fighters, they're back on their feet, right?
One's still prone, but he's not dying. Yeah.
Okay. I guess now we might as well use everything we got. So I'll action surge and go for another 2 attacks.
Go with it.
14 misses. 18 for another 11.
As stated, you're doing half damage against the ghost, even though your weapons are magical. As stated.
What?
But I mentioned it before. This has been mentioned a couple of times. But yeah, you're doing quite a bit of damage to him with your blades. Solid stuff.
Well, I don't know if I am. He's invisible. I'm just stabbing at the air.
You definitely are hitting something. Every time you hit him, he appears. So, for a second. But yeah.
All right. Same deal. Expending a superiority die for my feint attack. 18 for 8 damage.
Okay.
And then at disadvantage, 18 for 11 damage.
So we're looking at 4
Also,
and 5.
don't forget to roll your superiority die for extra.
Oh, right. Thank
oh,
you.
Oh, shit.
Plus 6.
Okay. Was that on the... That was on the first attack, right?
Yeah, on the first attack. So
Cool.
8 plus 6.
Alright,
14.
Stabbity's done. Bagger, you're up.
Alright, I stand up and I attack the ghost with my axe.
Okay.
25
Mhm.
for 21 damage. And 13, I'm guessing, misses.
Sure does. Okay.
Alright.
Cool. All right. Okay. So you see the ghost kind of appearing, kind of every time it gets struck. Jaunt, 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 jaunt. It becomes manifest again and is now present, visibly so. He will use his last ditch. Everybody in the room needs to make a charisma saving throw.
Guys, I'm on his team now.
Is this charm again?
I don't know.
8.
The only reason I ask is I have advantage against frightened.
15.
It's not frightened.
Okay, then I fail.
Okay. So the shackles that appeared about Red Ball for a moment and kind of locked him to the ground appear about all of you. You are paralyzed for 1 minute or until you take damage.
Hooray!
All right.
GG.
Zapper, did you roll? I don't see your. Oh
yeah.
yeah, I see your saving throw. Who am I missing? Oh, I see. I see what it did. It's right underneath his attack. Okay, perfect. So you all failed. Okay, so on Zapper, your turn, you're paralyzed. On Gondor, your turn, you're paralyzed. On Saber, your turn, you're paralyzed. On Bagger, your turn, you're paralyzed. You will note that the Red Priest did not act. The puppet did not act on that entire initiative round. When it gets back to the cycle there at the end, you watch as the Puppet Master is kind of drawing his hands in that whole time until he places his hands on the side of the head of the priest and then says something in a very demonic language, and you watch as the body of the priest starts melting inside of his clothes, and all of the fluid, all of the bone, all of the gore that's basically amassed from this sucks into the hands of the Puppet Master. The second the Puppet Master has all of the mass, the biomass of the priest in his hands, you watch as a shadow, it just moves out of the room, heading towards the rubble here, and you hear a click click and a.
So, out of curiosity, that demonic language, it wasn't Dwarvish, was it?
It was not.
Darn it.
All right.
Don't worry, guys. That angel will take care of it, right?
Hold on a
Gee.
second here.
I'm assuming angels hate D.
Oh,
Roll a
they-
D100?
They sure do. That said, yeah. A minute passes. You all laying there, kind of staring at the ceiling.
Well, at least we have time to think.
You can kind of investigate the situation. You would note that the rubble pile room leads to the hallway where the double doors that led into the first room were. You can see that the strange draconic effigy that he was utilizing wasn't some sort of escape magic. It does look like he was trying to cast something very gnarly here. If you'd like to make an Arcana check, you can. But in the language written about on the arcane glyphs and stuff, it does appear that they were in calling. Do you speak Draconic to anybody? Yeah, okay. You would note that they seem to be kind of invoking a specific demon's name. It doesn't appear to be a prince or one of the Shedden. It appears to be a lower demon prince, or demon, possibly a president or other kind of lower tier demon. And the demon's name is Chandra Nigdo. It appears that's who they were invoking in their efforts to do something with this draconic effigy here. But yeah, the priest's clothes are left behind. And yeah, everything amassed there as it stands. Any questions? Anything that you're looking into here in the last portion here? But we are winding down to a close. It does seem that the victory has been had and the puppet master has retreated.
So I was gonna say, I guess just narratively, our goal was to eliminate the command structure of like that force attack Mutus. Did we succeed on that? Did all the cultists die?
What you would realize here is that the force that came was a pretty massive force, but it appears to have been not the main like command structure. Your presumption is that Calareth, the one who rules over the cultists, the unknown. This person appears to have been the leader of the Crimson Scarves. No one has been called out as being the leader of the Crimson Scarves, and everyone has said that it's been some mysterious magic user. That might be this guy. So you may have just tangled with him technically defeated him. I mean, he went home in a vacuum, so I guess that's kind of a victory. But at the same side, I mean, I don't know. Maybe there is some sort of surviving that. That said, this force was led by that thing, or the priest. That force is defeated now, and there's no threat to Mutus, no massive threat. The battle that you left to come chase these guys after, the force that attacked you was about 1,000 people strong. The honor bound is about 200 men strong, and the forces that hold Mutus at this point were originally 200 strong, but have been emboldened, or bolstered rather, by 300 from the Iron Road. So you didn't have a lot of people to defend, but strategy and tactics won the day, and then you basically chased down the remnants, the command force that escaped, and this was the result. Does that help?
Nice. Is, like you said, that his clothes and stuff got left behind. Is there any sort of like sigil or cultist marking or anything that we can take back just to be like, hey, we did it?
A very nice holy symbol of Atavius. Very nice. It appears to be made out of gold and platinum, and then these small gemstones inside appear to be kind of a rainbow-colored metal, which you would know as Ario, which is the king's metal, or the king's coin. It seems that those gemstones are kind of set in the apexes, or rather the points of the cross, the Atavian cross. His scarf appears to be a kind of strange mantle with a long kind of red cloak set underneath it, kind of one piece. Not too dissimilar for what Crimson Scarfs kind of wear about their neck, but this looks like they were all fashioned after this one. And the staff he was wielding is off over by the ritual site. And it looks like it's kind of a set with kind of a horn shape holding a gemstone, and there are rings kind of set inside of each of the horns.
Well, fellow champions, I'm sure the Curio will reward us well for our victory here.
First round on you, boss.
I mean, sure, why not? Let's head home.
Sounds good.
Zapper grabs a bit of like meat soup from this guy.
Oh no! None of him was left behind.
No.
It all got
there was
sucked.
not even a piece of meat. Okay.
There's not even a stain in the clothes. Literally every drop of him is in those palms.
You go see if there's leftover angel bits.
I drank his milkshake. I drank it up.
That goes for leftover angel bits.
Fair enough. Yeah, the angels.
I wonder what angel tastes like.
The angels did finish skirmishing. It does look like the last one's kind of on her last leg, and it doesn't look like she's there for much longer. You were fighting for a little while, maybe 6 or 12 seconds, and she's gone. It wasn't a very long spell. But yeah, moving out, heading back to Mutus. The day is yours. Heading back over the hill, and off into the rest of the day. All right. Well, hopefully that was enjoyable. Thanks for watching. A couple of more connections to each one of my games. So yeah, if you are paying attention to the overarching canon, hopefully that was more exciting. That said, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.